Hello friends, welcome to the next session. So having understood how to construct a DFA, how to convert RE to NFA, NFA to DFA and DFA to minimize DFA, there also exists a way for constructing the DFA directly, and that is what we are going to learn now. So let's get started. So the question which is given to us over here is, design a DFA to recognize the following. The language says L is equal to set of all x such that x contains even number of a's and even number of b's over the alphabet AB. So it is going to contain even a's and even b's. Anything other than that should be rejected. We have solved such type of problem in case of finite state machine, and we know over there that there are going to be 4 possible states now. One will be even odd, odd even, and the last one will be odd. And among these 4 states, the final state is going to be the one which is giving a combination even. Now one more important point that we should understand, the question over here could also be framed in the exam as, instead of writing design DFA for, the question could be written as design a NFA to recognize the same question blah 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 till the end. So we should not get confused over here. So the question over here says that we have to design a NFA to recognize the following string blah 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 till the end. So we should not get confused over here. We remember that every DFA is a NFA. So the question is actually meaning the same. So let's get started to the solution. Now the step 1 over here is going to be drawing the transition table. So before that, of course, as usual, we write the theoretical part. So start with the solution. Step 1. So I have my step 1 wherein I talk of the theory. The theory is going to be in DFA from each state on each input symbol there is exactly one transition. My step number 2 is going to be the logic part of it. So I say, going on to my step number 2, I say initially before designing the logic part, let us have my S cross I table which we exactly had in case of my finite state machines. Once that is ready, we will be moving on to my DFA construction. So I say, as usual, I'll be having a start state QS, then I have a state Q0, Q1, Q2 and Q3. The table will be complete like this. The possible inputs over here are A and B respectively, and the states that we are going to mention are even odd even and odd respectively. So let's write it down. So I am going to keep a track of even A's and even B's, even A's and odd B's, odd A's and even B's, odd A's and odd B's. So I say this is nothing but number of A's in the input string X, and this is my number of B's in the input string X with the start state. Marking the final state and all will be done later on. As of now, start with the problem. In start state, I do not have anything as input. That clearly signifies that my number of A's and B's are even. So even number of A's and even number of B's are with me, and I come across an input A, so that is going to change my A's to odd, and odd even combination is state Q2, right? Similarly, I come back to my start state where no A and no B's are available, that is even combination, and a B comes across, so that will make even combination change to even odd, and even odd is nothing but my state Q1, and the same thing will be repeated for my Q0. By now we all know that Q0 and QS always give the same output. So the transitions are same, the outputs are same. Moving to the next state, I am in Q1 and the combination which I have is even odd. In Q1, when A comes across, number of A's which were even now turn out to be odd and number of B's remain the same. So the state which I have is odd odd. That is nothing but my Q3. Jotting it down over here. Again starting with Q1 where I have my combination as even odd and a B comes across making this odd turn to even again. Combination becomes even and even is nothing but my state Q0. So we write Q0 over here. Moving in the same forward ahead, I have odd even combination in Q2. A comes across making it even going to state Q0. Similarly, I have odd even combination in Q2 and B comes across making the state odd, that is nothing but Q3. Lastly, in Q3 I have odd combination. When A comes across, it will become even odd. So even odd state is my Q3. I'm sorry, it is Q1. So in Q3 we have odd. When A comes across, it becomes even odd and that is my state Q1. So we write Q1 over here. Going ahead once again in Q3 we have odd and when a B comes across, it becomes odd even and odd even is my state Q2. So that completes my table. Now it's time to mark the final states. What to mark as final state? If you remember our finite state machine, in finite state machine we used to clearly say that in Q0 the input is accepted because it is actually giving me even number of A's and even number of B's. However, over here I am going to go a step ahead. We are not studying finite state machine, instead it is going to be a DFA. So over here I say mark QS also as the final state. The reason is QS does not have anything as input and it is going to be even combination right from the start. So why are we doing it over here and why didn't we do it in case of finite state machine? The simple reason over here is that we are interested in constructing a minimized DFA. So every time making a DFA is not going to fetch you the marks. You have to go for minimized DFA. And for minimized DFA, we have to look for what can be merged. And if I say QS and Q0 are marked as the final states, and I look at the transitions of QS and Q0, they are Q2, Q1 and Q2, Q1 respectively. So the minimization rule was states can be merged if both the states have the same transition. So I see Q2, Q1, Q2, Q1 are belonging to QS and Q0. Similarly, I do not find anything of the form Q2, Q1. Neither I am finding Q3, Q0 repeated anywhere, Q0, Q3 repeated or Q1, Q2. So these are the only two possible combinations. Now can we merge them? So the next condition of the rule says all should be final or all should be non-final. If I compare my QS and Q0, both of them are final states and therefore we can combine them. So I say over here, combine QS and Q0, and this time I'm not calling them by the name X, instead I'm calling it by the name Q0. Now that does not mean that you cannot call it as X. You can of course call it as X also. Just for a change we are making it as Q0. In fact, by taking it as Q0, the problem turns out to be more simplified because we really need not make a lot of changes in the table now. You will suddenly realize that the table has simplified to a greater extent. So let's solve the problem ahead. Now once this table is ready, we are going to go for construction of minimized DFA table, and over there we are going to combine QS and Q0, and everywhere in the transitions of the table we are going to write Q0 in place of QS, and wherever we already have Q0 that will remain as Q0 only. So let's get started. So my step 3 says you write Q cross summation. Why Q cross summation? Because now I am not constructing my finite state machine. Now I am converting this machine to my deterministic finite automata. Therefore, instead of writing S cross I, like we wrote before, we are writing Q cross summation over here. So I have Q cross summation. The first state Qs will be marked as Q0 and their transitions are Q2 and Q1. They will remain as it is. I have my Q0 as the start state, input A, input B, Q2 over here, Q1 over here. The next one is my state Q1. In Q1, if I observe in the previous step 2, in Q1 I have Q3, Q0. So I am going to write it like that. So it will be Q3 and Q0. Did you observe over here, we need not have to change anything in place of Q0, and that is the advantage of maintaining the state as Q0 rather than taking it as X. Had I taken it as X, I would have to ensure that in place of Q0 I had to replace X, whereas now the replacements have turned out to be nil. In step 2, Q2, Q0, Q3. Let's write it. Q2, Q0, Q3. And lastly, in step 2, Q3, Q1, Q2. So we are writing it Q3, Q1, Q2. That completes my transition table for my deterministic finite automata. So let's complete the entire step now. If you remember, what was the mathematical representation for a DFA? I used to say a DFA is mathematically represented as M is equal to Q summation del Q0 F, where Q is nothing but the finite set of states, which I see over here are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. My input alphabet is A and B. So summation sign turns out to be A and B. Then we have Q0, which was called as the start state, and the start state over here I can see is my Q0, and F, which was called as the final state, is nothing but it is again my Q0. So my start state is the final state over here. Lastly, the heart of the problem, the transition function. The transition function says del Q cross summation gives you Q, and we have already implemented that below, right? So that completes my step 3, designing of the minimized DFA. Now it is the time to draw the transition diagram. So let's go ahead. Step 4. Now in step 4, the states which I have are Q0 as the start as well as the final state. I have my Q1, I have my Q2 over here and my Q3 over here. Going ahead, I say Q0 on A goes to Q2. So let's fill it. Q0 on A is going to Q2. Q0 on B goes to Q1. Q1 on A goes to Q3. So on A it is going over here. On B it goes to Q0. Q2 on A goes to Q0. Q2 on A goes to Q0. Q2 on B goes to Q3. So I say on B it is going to Q3. Q3 on A to Q1. Q3 on A goes to Q1, and lastly Q3 on B goes to Q2. So I have on B it goes to Q2. That completes my transition diagram. The last step, examples. So let's consider an example like step 5. Q0 is the start state and A, B, B. So let's start. Q0 on receiving an input symbol A goes to Q2. I have A, B, B with me. Q2 on receiving A goes to Q0. So I have B left with me. Q0 on B is going to Q1. So I have a single B left with me. Time to throw the output. Lastly, Q1 on receiving a B goes to Q0, and since Q0 is my final state, I'm going to say that this number will be accepted by my deterministic finite automata. So like the way we solved all the problems of finite state machine, my DFA problems will be solved in the same manner with meager differences in between the two. So all the problems which existed for FSM can very well be solved using DFA, because FSM is a quite broader term and DFA is going to be a generalized or a specialized machine of the finite automata. That's why we say deterministic finite automata is a subcategory of finite automata. With this, we end this problem. See you in the next session, starting with Moore and milling machines. Thank you.